If I am not simping for an anthropomorphized cartoon bunny, then I ain't watching it. Because ladies and gentlemen, not even cartoon bunnies can escape the ugly stick. It's ironic that Lola Bunny's costume is a problem, but Cardi B dropping it like it's hot and scissoring all over the gaff is just stunningest and bravest. The absolute pathetic state of our media in 2021. You know, it's funny to me how they claim to love the characters, but then turn around and completely change her for woke points. They learned exactly nothing from the success of the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I know that I could blame the SJWs for toning down Lola Bunny, but maybe the filmmakers just didn't want to be responsible for creating a new generation of furries. And for that I could understand, at least, because those weirdos creep me out. Never underestimate the power of furries. And speaking of those hairy twats, the best thing to come out of this dumpster fire is the far left attacking furries, which is in essence the far left attacking itself. And that does bring a smile on my face. Now, they missed a massive opportunity to have R. Kelly give an interview and talk about Space Jam: The New Legacy. And then when the interview is done, he can zip up his pants and play I Believe I Can Fly, just like the original film. Now, I have a question for the savages in my comment section. Do the movie executives really underestimate how many people dislike LeBron James? I mean, this movie may as well star Mao Zedong. Is there really even a difference? Hey, let's make a moron athlete who disrespected over half the country with his idiotic political views, which led to record low ratings in the NBA during a pandemic, no less. Yay, let's make him the star of our movie. Some truly excellent creative decisions from Warner Brothers there, top notch. This movie's ratings dropped faster than LeBron dropping his pants and bending over for China. LeWoke James is like, Daddy, the fans don't want me in the movie Space Jam 2. And President Winnie the Pooh Xi Ping Pong is like, don't worry, just shut up and dribble, boy. And LeBum James is like, yes, whatever you say. Now, Jackie Chan and LeBron should team up and make a buddy cop movie where they work with the security guards and oversee the Chinese camps. And the reason why I said Jackie Chan is because he's also a CCP sucker. Now, see, the problem here is that LeBrick James is still trying to fill Michael Jordan's shoes as the greatest of all time, even down to his movies, and failing laughably. Somewhere MJ is sitting down with a cigar and his scotch and laughing his ass off. In the original, Michael Jordan was a man who played in the NBA. Now it's a diva who plays in the NBA, starring in a Ready Player One ripoff. The difference is staggering. I should really mention that LeFlop is pretty bad at acting when he's playing on the court. He dives like a mermaid every time he takes the faintest of touches from another player. Why would anyone expect his acting talent to be any better in an actual movie? Anyway, look, this new Space Jam movie will be so deep in the bargain bin that it will be forgotten within a few days. Because you mean to tell me that the CCP does not know comedy? That's strange. I thought celebrities and Hollywood selling out was a great idea. A communist supporter and a bunch of SJWs made a movie that neither kids or their parents want to watch. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell ya. When even Rotten Tomatoes, with all their shill critics, doesn't like it, especially because of Le Clown, they usually praise the ground he walks on. You know it's a bad movie when the Hollywood echo chamber that loves Le China James and his idiotic virtue signaling activism don't want to give his movie a good rating. You know the movie is terrible. This Rotten Tomatoes score should be at 0%, but too many critics are afraid to admit that it's garbage. None of these critics, by the way, care about any particular media. All they care about is policing your thoughts. The fact that it stars Mickey is just enough for me to avoid this disaster. The Lola Bunny recasting is just the tip of the iceberg, but it's amazing to me that Zendaya keeps getting cast considering she has no charisma and some of the most uninteresting, uninspired performances I've seen in the past 10 years. But you know what? I'll give it to them. They are making it really easy for me free to decide what not to watch. I remember when Hollywood actually made original movies, but now it's getting tiring. Seeing great classic movies get ruined by remakes, but I guess this is the end result when you turn Lola Bunny into a cringeworthy SJW bunny. When the fans tell you to redesign a character to make it more faithful to the original, you do what the fans want or your movie will tank. I mean, just look what they did to our boy Pepe Le Pew. I mean, the only thing Pepe taught boys is to use deodorant and nothing else. I mean, Pepe taught me that no matter how suave and how charming you can be, the stink will always drive them away. What an absolute legend of a character. But I guarantee you, if Pepe got all frisky with a male protagonist, they would probably call him stunning and brave and not remove him. That is the prime example of double standards. At this point, Pepe Le Pew is tame compared to the outrage that these clowns are trying to justify. And frankly, I get the feeling that Pepe dodged a bullet by not appearing in what is shaping up to be the absolute trash fire of the year. But apparently he was too naughty for Warner Brothers, so they took him out, but the hooligans from Clockwork Orange are in there. I mean, how does that make any sense? The woke morons clearly have a fetish for criminals, but they have no problem cancelling the innocent Pepe is something no one can comprehend. Can anyone tell me how a Clockwork Orange is in any way an IP you want associated with a kid's cartoon characters playing basketball? Anyone who spends their money on space trash needs a lobotomy. How do you manage to take my zero hype for this movie and put it in the negative? This movie should have stayed as a distant childhood memory, but of course Hollywood always gotta fix what wasn't already broken in the first place. The moral of the story, just stick to the original. And on that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Manix out.